Raider Nation. Raider Nation. Raider Nation. Raider Nation. This is your president speaking. And I approve this message.
Oakland Raiders, Oakland Raiders, Oakland Raiders. Just win, baby, win, baby, win, baby. We are the Oakland Raiders, Oakland Raiders, Oakland Raiders. Just win, baby, win, baby, win, baby.
Welcome to the Raider Critique. Now I'm coming back to you guys probably after about a year hiatus, and well, let me just go ahead and take this time and take this video to go ahead and reconcile and go over last year's 2017 Raider football team and all the debacle and all the BS that we wound up going through last football season, and not just for us Raider fans, but as football fans in general. Honestly, I posted up 4 videos about 3 days ago, basically showing the unraveling of the 2017 Oakland Raiders. And I mean, really, you could see it if I could really go back and talk about these videos I posted, because I really did. I had to go through and relive that whole season. But before I get into that, I would like to go ahead and apologize for being gone all year last year. I got pretty wrapped up into everything else, and it was entirely too hard to watch football after all the political standpoints and everything that came into play. Honestly, and I mean, for the record, the only politics that belongs in football should have to do with salary cap, franchise tag, new stadiums, rules. We don't need the world or the U.S. political aspects involved in any aspect, shape, or form in football, especially since the way media is. It's already all over the place. Why in the hell do we need to see it in football? But that's about all I'm going to say about that. I've been gone for a year because of everything that happened politically and how everything was leaking into football. And to be honest with you, it just disgusted the shit out of me. I really just didn't want to watch it. Now, I was dragged to watch a few games with my, with my buddy old Raider Dre there. And, to be honest with you, it just sickens me the way this team gave up. The way this team was playing the first 2 weeks of the season, having to relive by making that documentary with no words, letting the NFL basically explain the story of the Raiders of 2017. It was a great story. I had to do something with it because you just can't write this shit up. We started off 2-0. We were beating teams down. Donald Trump comes out, fucks everything up for the NFL. Next thing you know, nobody's playing completely correct. Nobody's playing up to par the way they need to play. Literally, politics fucked up football last season. Completely. And I know that this video was coming at you guys awful late, but I had to try to wrap everything together to where I could make heads or tails out of it all. But literally, what I noticed for us football fans and us Raider fans especially, they ruined our fucking football season. They ruined our chances at a Super Bowl because literally, we had Super Bowl aspirations. Our roster, looking at it, had Super Bowl aspirations written all over it. There was nothing we shouldn't have been able to do last year. And even watching as we played these games, okay? Certain games, we didn't look in sync. Certain games, our defense was just rolled on. Our secondary was terrible. We got what, 5 interceptions from Reggie Nelson the last 5 weeks of the season. Didn't get a single interception for the first 12 weeks, 13 weeks of the season. I mean, that was pathetic. And then look at how long it took for them to fire Ken Norton Jr., which I would have done week 3, week 4. I mean, they were pretty on point with the firing of Ken Norton, but why did Todd Downing keep his job for so long? The only thing we were doing was dinking and dunk passing the whole time he was there. Now, I understand it might have been Derek Carr who got him the position, but that is also another mistake that we made. We shouldn't be letting the players pick the personnel. And with the way everything has gone now, it's basically a Cinderella story in the making. We have John Gruden back after the firing of Del Rio, after the firing of Downing, after the firing of Ken Norton. The only thing I can hope for is that politics doesn't bleed its ugly face into this football franchise anymore. I think we have enough going on when it comes to the Raiders are moving to Vegas. The prices of tickets have skyrocketed. I mean, you basically gotta have a small fortune now to own season tickets to go to these games. Greg Poles has been fired. Flores has been fired. They're replacing these two with like a 90-year-old commentator who literally sounds stale when he talks. I mean, give me a break, man. And I'm not trying to critique the new Raiders, because I know under John Gruden, it's going to be a completely different team. We are going to be an offensive powerhouse. But if we don't do anything about our secondary, if we don't do anything about putting pressure on the quarterback, and what I mean by that is that we did very well putting pressure on the quarterback last year in certain aspects toward the end of the season, but not signing Khalil Mack to a new deal and putting a franchise tag / hey, you're going to work your 5th year, you're going to work your 4th year at your base rate, which is $14 million for the season. He's going to. A few people have already touched on this, and I'm sure most of us have already watched that, but Mikey Raider points it out where, you're going to have a disgruntled Khalil Mack. And nobody wants a disgruntled Khalil Mack because he might not play up to his par, up to his standards. Only time will tell. I hope Gruden has more of a plan for defense than what I've seen. But I can tell you this, if we don't beef up our defense, it's just going to put that much more pressure on the offense to score points. Well, anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you would like to hear more of my opinion. Now, I've actually kept this one quite calm compared to a lot of my normal videos, and that's something that I'm actually trying to work on. I'm trying to, sound a little bit more presentable to where you guys can understand me and tolerate me a little bit more. But anyway, this is the Raider Critique, man. I'm signing out.
I'm the president of the Raider Nation. Please use this as motivation.
If you want a piece of this, you can come and get it.
I'm the president of the Raider Nation. Please use this as motivation.
If you want a piece of this, you can come and get it.
I'm the president of the Raider Nation. Please use this as motivation.